Hello DeFi stakers. In this video we're gonna look at the biggest challenges that the algorithmic stablecoins face and how Emp.Money is tackling those challenges and might outlast its competition. So if you like these videos, please press thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And let's start. So I made a couple of videos about Emp.Money, and I've told you that this is one of my long-term passive income projects that I like. And recently I came across this writing about how fragile the algorithmic stablecoins are, and according to this how they are built to fail. Just to mention for the beginning that for example Doom Finance has been working over 6 months and it's still operating. So I also saw writing where they told that they wrote that this is collapsing soon. I don't know. Remains to be seen. But let's go into the article. What they say here. I've taken the key points here, and then I look at the key points of how Emp.Money is facing those challenges and trying to solve them. So they write in the article that algorithmic stablecoins are fundamentally flawed because they rely on 3 factors which history has shown to be impossible to control. First, they require a support level of demand for operational stability. Second, they rely on independent actors with market incentives to perform price stabilizing arbitrage. And finally, they require reliable price information at all times. None of these factors are certain, and all of them have proven to be historically tenuous. I don't know how you pronounce this, in the context of financial crisis or periods of extreme volatility. So the first argument they have here is that there needs to be a support level of demand. So which in the case of algorithmic stablecoins would mean that they fall below peg. And then there has been also talk about this like a death spiral, that then it's like when it falls enough, then people just run to the door basically. So like they write here, if demand falls below a threshold level, the entire system will fail. History shows that base or floor levels of support for financial products is not guaranteed, especially in a crisis. So, as I mentioned before, Emp.Money, the Emp token is pegged to price of Ethereum. So 4,000 Emp equals 1 Ethereum. Now it's beautifully at the peg. And so if you talk about crisis, what would be the crisis? Maybe Ethereum, the crypto market crashing. Like if crypto markets crashes now and the Ethereum drops 50% or something. Yes, of course, in this kind of situation, all the cryptos are in trouble. So of course that would be a big challenge. But if we look at now the demand, for example, what is Emp.Money doing is that, first of all, they have 6 founding members. 6 doxed founding members protect the price. And they want the project to succeed in the long term. As normally in the algorithmic stablecoin niche, you cannot trust the first people who join. You start to have whales in the beginning. At some point, they enter early, and then at some point they want to get out as well. So as long when they don't like how the project is going, or they want to put the money somewhere else, or they don't like the rewards, they can just leave. But in the case of Emp.Money, you have 6 founding members who are in it for the long term, and who also have the capabilities of keeping the demand, so stepping in when needed. And so that's one thing. And so you don't have just some random whales who are owning majority of the protocol. So here it's more like a team effort, you could say. Then another things which help with the demand are other use cases for the Emp token, like the Detonator contract, in which I'm in and I've made videos about. And for example, here from the Detonator contract, you cannot just leave. So your principal is there, and you can only claim or compound the daily ROI, which is about 1%. So for example, this is a stabilizing factor at the same time. So it creates more demand. You don't want to sell your Emp, you have many things to do with it, like earning rewards here in the Detonator. And it also brings the stability, because like I said, you cannot withdraw or from this contract. Then the second thing is the nodes that just got launched. So if we look at that document, nodes can be purchased with liquid Emp. That Emp is then burned, means deposited into a reward pool, to be given back to node owners at approximately 3% of overall pool per day. That's 400 APR, 400% APR. And there are currently 5 node options available. All nodes will produce similar ROI, but larger your node, the larger multiplier bonus you are given. In theory, this allows larger nodes to ROI faster, but still offers the same ROI over time for smaller node owners. So also here, you cannot take out withdraw your principal. This is also like creates more demand and creates more stability for the Emp price. So there you have like 2 factors, and there are more to come. There's a launchpad on the roadmap. There's a metaverse integration. So we can look at the roadmap here. This is the short term, 1 to 6 months. So you can see here, if you look at the demand side, Moon Locker, time-weighted single asset staking, and marketing, merchandise, grow the academy, NFT integration, strategic treasury growth, and further liquidity incentives. And then they also have on the midterm roadmap, internal swap / exchange, launchpad, metaverse integration, strategic partnerships, collateralization, borrowing and lending of your actual LP positions, cross-chain implementation. So you can see there are also things coming as well. Let's see. And then there is the long-term roadmap as well. Future cases for Emp and the shares, centralized exchange listings, commercials and billboards, mass adoption. So there's a long-term perspective as well for the project. So there you have the demand side. I think it's pretty well covered so far. Then the second lesson is about the price stability. So here they say that they often rely on independent actors with market incentives to perform a price stabilization arbitrage function. So I'm not going to try to spell arbitrageurs must step in and exploit profit opportunities to maintain price stability throughout minting and redemption activities. So this is again what the founding members are also then doing. They are stepping in when needed. And of course community plays a part as well, and the education of the community. There's a lot of educating the community what are the smart strategies so everybody can enjoy this platform long term. So let's see about the price stability. So again, 6 founding members are committed to make this platform work. Then educating the users, like if we go to them front page, I've mentioned a couple of times before, they have this EMP Academy. So you learn the basics here and you learn how to what possibilities and opportunities the platform gives and how we can keep it sustainable long term. Because let's say who doesn't want to earn like, let's say 1% per day. So if the community is educated and knows what is required to do to keep this running, so that's of course a constant effort. But there's some great things done with for that. For example, in the form of the academy, and of course the use cases. Again, price stabilization is also for the Detonator contract, the nodes. So the EMP token stays in the ecosystem, and there is less selling pressure as well. Finally, there is a third lesson about like when there's a period of heightened volatility, panics or crisis, effectively incorporating price information is a problem that plagues many algorithmic stablecoins. Price oracles cannot always be trusted, and there are misaligned incentive problems when token holders vote on which potential price feeds to adopt. To my understanding, Emp.Money is using Chainlink's price oracle. I don't know. I actually don't know what kind of issue it is or can be in the, but that would be then like I would imagine like a more widespread problem overall in crypto is if the oracles are not working well. So for this I don't have much to say actually. Then finally in the article there was this that financial writer J.B. Conning has argued that they are prone to permanent breakage because of the fragile reliance on circular relationships between divergent actors, those who crave stability on the one hand and those who alternatively seek high return opportunities. So this is actually one thing what happens just lately, that there's this EMP share here, and if you stake the shares in the boardroom, you get a nice APR when it's when the platform is above peg. So what happened is that it's also recommended that people don't buy these E-shares from the market because it's a very volatile asset. But of course, when you see this very high, this is the highest APR which you can get in this platform and ecosystem. So of course, the first thought is that, okay, I want to just buy the E-shares and stake them and get this APR always when the platform is or EMP is above peg. But the issue is like, because this asset is very volatile, so you can easily lose money by if you do it that way. That's why it's recommended to go through farm. So you would create this EMP ETH LP, and then you would deposit those liquidity pool tokens to earn E-share. So you don't buy them, but you earn them. So I linked the video here where I show how you can create this EMP ETH liquidity pool. It's basically, I show it how you do it in the Detonator, but it's basically the same process. Like, well, you can actually do it through that, and you can still come and stake the LP tokens here. But how it would work is that you would come here with your EMP ETH LPs. You would stake them here. You would earn E-share, which you would then take them to the boardroom, and you would stake them here. So, well, this is now again, like, for example, in this, especially in this market conditions, like, I mean, why wouldn't you be happy to get 1% per day? Like, do you really need to, I don't know, I don't think it's overall, especially like in this market conditions, to try to get these very high APRs. Like if you get 1% per day, let's, for example, consistently over months or over years, wouldn't you take that rather than try to get a very high risk and then try to chase a high return? Like I said, especially in the current market conditions, it's very risky. So that's, again, that comes down to the education, what the education of the community. So also, like, they have a great Telegram group as well where people discuss about these things. And so if we all understand that what is a smart way, the sustainable way to stay in this, we don't need to be greedy and try to, take too much risk. So that's, again, another thing. So if we go back still to the document shortly, you can find here what Emp.Money is about. So basically why I like this as well, because I get exposure to Ethereum price. And this year Ethereum will be having should have a very good year because of the merge and going to the proof of stake, and the supply getting cut. It's like a triple halving, you could, like, compare to Bitcoin. So, like they say here, that ultimately the purpose of the Emp.Money protocol is to provide the means for its investors, regardless of being long-term Ethereum holders, DeFi users, as well as new users just coming into the space, the opportunity to remain exposed to Ethereum, and at the same time take advantage of the whole ecosystem built around EMP that is aimed to put their precious Ethereum to work for them without the insanely expensive fees which Ethereum network has, and the slow processing speeds. So that's the purpose. And here they also mention the empowerment through 5 angles. So unity, together we are strong. Education is the key, ensuring long-term stability. Integrity, the community is strong as long as there is trust. Then technology, robust, modern, and secure tech is the backbone of EMP. And responsible, the Emp.Money protocol will always work towards a responsible usage of the treasury. So there you have those principles behind the platform. And here they also in the documents they share different strategies, like what is your approach, what you want to have, a more passive approach or more active approach using this platform. So those were the main things how Emp.Money is tackling the biggest challenges for the algorithmic stablecoins. So I think it has a good shot of succeeding in the long term. And if you want to join the Detonator contract, which is very easy and beginner friendly entry to the platform, you can find my link down below. And if you like this video, please press thumbs up and press subscribe, and also the bell notification, because sometimes the videos I make are time sensitive. So see you on the next video.